Okay, class. Today we are doing our guided reading lesson plan, and we are continuing our study on folk tales. Now, have y'all ever played the game telephone, where you say a sentence to a friend, and then the friend passes it? You know, they say it to the next person, and the next person says it to the next person. And does the sentence ever sound exactly the same by the time you get to the end?
No.
No, it doesn't. Well, that's kind of the way that folk tales are, because folk tales, if y'all remember from earlier this week, we talked about they are oral traditions, usually passed down by word of mouth. So one family, passes it down to the next family, and so on and so forth. So can you imagine that, there's going to be, several different versions of lots of stories. So today we are going to be looking at Lon Popo, and we are, going to discover that there are a lot of other stories that are so similar to this. So if I say, talk to the hand, what am I asking? Tell what? Who did what, where, when, and why? Very good, very good. So, earlier today in class, we read the book Peggity Peg. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to fill out our Talk to the Hand chart so that we can get a main idea of the story. So, first, what was that first question again? Who. Very good. So, who. Now, who, let's see, a lot of times you can look to the title of the story to get a good idea of what, who is the main character. So, and not always, but in this case, Peggity Peg is going to be your who. We're just going to stick it like that. There we go. Okay, now what's that second one? We have who. Did what? Very good, very good. So now we're going to find out did what. So Peggity Peg did what. Now if you need to, you can always refer back to the story, okay? And so we saw that Peggity Peg, after she tricked the children, remember, she tricked the children and they weren't supposed to let anybody in or touch the fire. What did they do? They turned her into, she turned the children into food. So, she tricks the children and turns them into food. Okay, so we have the who, did what. What's the next one? Where. Where, very good. Where, and this is another one that sometimes, especially in fairy tales, because if y'all remember, we've talked about in fairy tales that a lot of times it starts with once upon a time in a land far away. That's a traditional kind of starting to a fairy tale. So let's revisit the text and just, look to see, because you just never know if it's far away or if it's in a village. So right here in our text, it says, down the dusty roads and far away. So in our folk tale, it's just far away. So we could do who, Peggity Peg, she did what? Tricked the children and turned them into food. Where? Far away. What's our fourth question? When. Very good. So when. And again, you can revisit the text, and we can figure out, when this happened. And you can say that it was long ago, but let's try to be a little bit more specific. And all of this happened when the mother went to the market to buy presents for her children. Remember, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all got presents for being so good. Okay, so what's our fifth one? Why? Very good. So why did Peggity Peg trick the children, turn them into food far away when Mom was at the market? She wanted to eat them. Exactly. Very good. The witch was hungry, and the children disobeyed their mother. So, the great thing about folk tales is there's usually a message to be learned and something that you should learn not to ever do, like disobeying your mother, right?
And don't let witches in the house.
Exactly. Don't let witches in the house. So it's always a good indicator of what the main idea is. So, today, friends, we are going to read Lon Popo. And you will notice that the subtitle, and subtitles are great if a book has one because it'll give you a clue as to what the story is going to be about. So, Lon Popo, a Red Riding Hood story from China. So, have y'all, let's see, whenever y'all are reading, I want you to pay attention to the principal characters in the story, significant events, and anything that stands out as important. And when you're finished, I'd like you to write down some ideas and on your talk to the hand chart. And just write down a few ideas of, and answer some of these questions, and then we're going to work together to fill out our chart, okay? Okay, class, you're all finished?
Yeah.
All right, very good, very good. Okay, so let's go over what we found. Did y'all write down some notes about what happened? Very good. Okay, so who can tell me who in Lon Popo? What is the main character or characters? Shane? Very good.
The wolf.
The wolf is very good. And remember earlier I was saying that a lot of times you can look to, the front cover or the title of the book. And in this one, we are going to focus on Lon Popo, we're going to focus on the sisters. Because, thank you, JC. We're going to focus on the sisters because they are the ones that will be throughout the entire story, okay? So we have Shang. Who else? What are some of the other sisters? And if you have trouble pronouncing them, let me know. They're kind of tricky. The other one is Tao. And Peyote. Very good. Very good. So we have the sisters. What did the sisters do? They did what?
They were trying to trick the wolf.
Very good. They were trying to trick the wolf. Where were they trying to trick the wolf at?
In their yard.
In their yard. And where was their yard?
In China.
In China. Very good. And was it in the city or where did it happen? In the city or the country? Not in the country.
In the country.
Very good. When did this happen?
Well,
should we
mom was
revisit?
away.
Right, that's right. And let's revisit the text. So it was while the mother was away. And what does it say here?
At dusk?
At dusk. Very good. So it happened at dusk. Y'all all have great notes written down for all of our questions here. So it happened at dusk. So we have that the sisters tricked the wolf right, into being raised into the tree, because remember, they raised the wolf up into the tree, right? Why did they raise him into the tree?
Oh, so he could eat the nuts and rip
The
forever.
ginkgo berries, that's right. So, and then it happened at night, and why? Why did they try to raise the wolf into the tree?
So they could drop him and hurt him.
That's right, because what were
They
they
didn't want him to eat.
That's right. They were trying to keep him from eating them. Very good, very good. Okay, well, y'all have done a wonderful job of coming up with your own talk to the hand chart. Now, can anybody tell me, because remember we talked about earlier, I like to call these telephone stories. That's a good, analogy for the folktale. What's another telephone story that relates to Lawn Popo?
Oh.
It's very similar.
Oh, Red Riding Hood.
Very good. Can y'all think of another one? What about maybe one that we read this morning? Because they,
I like the wolf is like the witch.
That's right. Very good.
They didn't listen to their mom.
That's right. They didn't listen to their mom. It just, these children didn't listen and these children didn't listen. So a great thing to remember about finding a similar story is it doesn't have to have the exact same characters. You can have a wolf in this one and a witch in this one. Very good. Now, before I send you to go create your own Talk to the Hand chart, what we're going to do is just review one last time. So, we have who? The sisters. Very good. Did what?
They tricked tricked the wolf.
That's right. They tricked the wolf. Where?
In
the country. Very good. When?
At night.
At night. And why?
Because they didn't want him to eat them.
Very good, friends. Okay, so what I want y'all to do is go to your desks and you will choose your own folk tale. And what you will do is you will create your own Talk to the Hand chart and fill in. You can draw pictures if you'd like to, whatever helps you remember the main idea. And for this Talk to the Hand chart, I do want you to find a story for your telephone story, okay? Find one that is very similar and has the same main idea, and I want you to put that story right here in the palm, okay? Yes, ma'am.
Can we read Red Riding Hood?
You can, although I would like you to try to find something that, don't choose Red Riding Hood and Lawn Popo for your two stories. Try to find, I'm going to challenge you to try to find something that's different. So you can use one of these, but then find something else, okay? All right, well, thank you very much. You guys are welcome to go back to your seat. You've done a wonderful job today.
Okay.